for.
I think I remember a lot of like abstract kind of.
Yeah, sort of abstract, yeah. And I went over, and there was a little group gathering around Diego, so I went over and joined the group. And somebody said, "Who do you think is the greatest artist in the country or the world or some big place?" So he said, Walt Whitman he believes is the greatest artist.
Well, he was probably right about that.
And we didn't see what's her name, his wife, girlfriend,
Frida.
Frida.
Frida Kahlo.
His wife's girlfriend?
His wife's girlfriend.
Yeah, his
Oh,
girlfriend.
wife slash girlfriend.
And his wife's girlfriend.
Didn't see his wife's girlfriend either.
Whatever. You know.
Well, you watched the movie when you were at my house.
I did what?
Hey, when you came to visit us in New Hampshire, we put the movie on Frida.
Did you have the movie? Yeah.
Well, it was on demand or something, and we watched it.
Yeah. Well.
Remember, you were telling us a little bit about what you were.
Yeah. So then we went home again, and a few days later, Conch says, "I have a friend who's an artist. Would you like to visit with him?"
Go look at it.
So she took us to see another friend of hers who had a little studio as big as the kitchen there, and he was painting something that I don't remember, so it wasn't very impressionable. But right across from the city hall, I guess it must have been, there was another big building, and we said, let's go over and take a look in there. So we went over to this building and went up the steps, and there was a guy painting a big mural on the wall. It was on the floor, but it was to go on the wall, I guess. What was it? I forget his name, but he was a recognized Mexican painter too. But we didn't go over and bother him because he was busy working.
So is everyone speaking English at Diego's party, or is it like a mix of Spanish and English?
There weren't too many English-speaking people, no.
So how are you communicating? Did you have a translator, or you just would?
Yeah, we sort of made signs, and spoke, and
Did you draw pictures? I mean,
it's a good idea.
You're all
We didn't do
artists.
that either.
Oh. You're all artists could just draw pictures of what you wanted to talk about.
Yeah, right, yeah.
Did many of
That's a
them
good
speak
idea.
English?
An artist party of people with
They
different
all
languages.
Draw pictures.
spoke a little broken English, yeah.
It's like Pictionary extreme.
Or most of the people did. But then we would go out in different directions. Leave in the morning, go out and go south, west, east, or north, and visit villages. So one of the places we stopped at, we drove into a village, and there were a lot of grass huts around. No people. So we stopped and we figured, well, they're probably think we're gangsters or robbers or something. So
That's what I would think if I saw you.
In that car.
we hung around and we got out our little sketch pads and we made little sketches. And one by one, people started to come out, including little kids. They came over to check out the car because there was a propeller on the front. We had a propeller
Really?
that spun around when you drove along,
That's funny.
and a little temperature gauge on the side view mirror. And they all came out, and the wheels had a big chrome center on it, and they could see themselves in it. And that, they got a big kick out of that.
That's funny. Like the hubcap.
So we made some sketches and gave them to the kids. You did too?
Yeah, I did too.
So it was a lot of fun. So 2 months we spent doing that. Didn't have a nickel to our names.
Just the $9 a week.
Yeah, just $9.
So would you go out like would you like go out and sell sketches for money? You could have done that, right?
You could have, I guess.
If you find
But
enough
if
people.
they didn't, they probably didn't have any money either, the
Probably.
people that were running around there.
Probably. We didn't tell her about the bullfight.
Oh, we went to the bullfights one day. We went out to wherever the bullfight arena was, and we went up to the ticket office. Before we got there, this guy stopped us and said, "Do you want tickets?" "I have tickets on the shady side."
It was
So
exactly
sure, we like the shady side. Well, we went to the bullfights. The bullfight started, and I remember cheering for the bull all the time. "Go get him, bull, get him." And finally they killed off a number of bulls, and we left. And as we left, I looked to see if my wallet was still in my pocket, and it wasn't. So the shady side is the place where you don't go if you don't want to get robbed.
Yeah, you mean with the shady side.
Oh, like literally the shady
Avoid
side
the shady side.
of the ring.
The bullfights, right?
Of the
Go for
arena.
There's a light side and there's a dark side.
Yeah.
Literally.
Stay in the night.
It's funny because
So then we went to the police station to report this, because I had my
Metaphors.
visitors' papers and so on, all that stuff in my pocket, and I didn't want to get stuck at the border sometime. So we went in, and so we sat
Stole his
down with
passport.
the detective and gave him all the information and what was lost and where it happened and how it happened and so on. My Social Security card was among the things that I lost.
That was a Spanish.
But, nobody's used it to collect any money from my account.
As far as you know, there could be a Mexican Herb Mandel running around right now.
Well, it might be. It might be.
Alberto.
It might be.
Alberto.
Alberto Mandel.
Mandel.
Yeah, that was.
It's just funny because the way you told me the first time, you said you saw it was gone and you turned it around and you started like yelling at like little Mexicans because you're just a tall 6-foot white guy and you're just, "Who took my wallet?"
Yeah,
Where did
boy, you should have seen me head back for the arena when I discovered my wallet lost. I was pushing people left and
Yeah,
right.
could you imagine just Big Pop just like knocking
And
down
I
little
looked all over the
dudes?
place where we were sitting, and I didn't. It didn't drop out of my pocket without anybody taking it out.
Yeah.
So then another day we went up to Chapultepec Park, and that's where Napoleon's brother lived while he was the Emperor of Mexico. And you've seen pictures of that.
Mm-hmm.
Napoleon's brother was the Emperor of Mexico? How did I not know this?
This is like drunk history, everyone.
Have you been drinking today, Pop?
Somebody's drunk.
What would you think his brother's name was? You remember?
Oh, I don't know, Leopold or something like that.
Might have been Leopold.
I have no idea.
Earlier, when you said that Diego Rivera thought Walt Whitman was the greatest artist, I thought you were saying Walt Disney. I didn't.
Oh my gosh.
No, Walt Whitman. I thought he was a writer. I
Yeah,
thought he was
same-
a
yeah.
poet.
Same
He's a
thing.
poet. Yeah.
He's a bridge.
So why do you call him why is he an artist? Why I'm thinking.
A poet is an artist.
Okay,
Diego Rivera is very accepting of all the arts.
He loves
I'm the
them
same
all
way.
together.
to me the greatest artist is like Mike Schmidt or Bobby Clark.
Who the heck are these people?
They
Oh
were
my god, baby, really?
hockey and baseball.
I don't know.
You don't know who Mike Schmidt is?
No? Who's Mike
wow,
Schmidt?
what have you done?
Who's Mike Schmidt?
Really, Dad?
Well,
He doesn't
those
sound
were
like
their
a very
times.
notable person.
He was
Really,
before
Dad?
their time.
Mike Schmidt.
What?
Everybody
He was
knows
before
Mike
your
Schmidt.
time.
Who's Mike Schmidt?
Oh my god.
Who's
You have
Mike Schmidt?
failed.
Who's Mike Schmidt?
Mike Schmidt? Everyone.
He's an artist.
Oh, okay.
No, No, he's a baseball player. Oh my
Hey.
God.
He's in the Hall of Fame, played third base for the Philadelphia
Yeah, well,
Phillies.
he's an
No, this is
artist.
a baseball
When he
player.
retired, he was number 7 on the home run list. 538,
All right, Rayman.
48, some number like 50. I don't know.
What are those numbers?
That really
Anyone
sounded
that has a
very
skill
Rayman there.
of some
It's really
kind
48 or
can
58.
be
I don't know.
called an artist.
No, yeah, it's funny because I'm thinking oil and sketch, but not.
He's thinking
Are you
Mickey
pointing
Mouse.
that
Diego
video on
Rivera's
purpose?
like, I love Mickey Mouse, dude.
Yes, for posterity.
I captured your story on film.
Why can't he pet you?
Oh, I thought you were just pointing a flashlight at me, putting me in the spotlight.
Yeah, right? Just shining light right in his eyes. Ah, I'm trying to tell a story, Carol. Can't see a thing.
Right in his eye.
He kept circling around you.
Oh, on the way
Sort of like
on
a
the way
shark.
back home, we stopped off at the University of New Mexico and checked out their art department there.
Of Mexico or New Mexico?
was
New
it?
Mexico.
Oh, okay.
How was it?
It was a nice looking school, but we didn't think we wanted to spend any more time in the school.
Didn't we get anything else stolen from you?
So, and I read your your college report you wrote, because you wrote that like a college essay on that same trip, right?
I did what?
You wrote like an essay for college on that, about that trip. You have it upstairs. I read it.
Yeah?
Yeah,
Oh,
and,
well,
and in that
If you read it, I did it.
you did it. Yeah, and in that story you said there was jewel thieves too.
Jewel thieves?
Yeah, there's jewel thieves.
Were you carrying
could
around
be.
jewels with you,
Could be.
Pop?
You might have embellished it for a college essay, I think. But in that story there was jewel thieves too.
Yeah.
What kind of jewels did you have on you?
Well, they weren't going to get any jewels from us. I guess they figured a wallet was
Yeah, well, it was
the
enough.
best they could do.
Yeah, I'm guessing that for your college story, you might have embellished it a little bit to make it a little more like a Hollywood
What do
movie.
you remember about
I-
it, Jewel?
When I was going to Tyler in creative writing class, we our assignment was to pick a theme and write a little overview of a novel in novel form,
hmm
and then
That's what that was.
and the chapters.
That's
Is that
what
what
you
it
did.
was?
You did it in that way. You did it in like chapter form. Yeah, but like a mini version of a novel.
Could be.
You said, I think you said at one part, I don't know if it was Conch or somebody else. You said your friend was like, falling for one of the locals, and he like, I think he bought her jewels or something like that, and they got
I
taken.
don't know. I was probably adding
Yeah,
a little cream to the
yeah.
sauce.
But it made it very interesting though, because you guys are going around chasing jewel thieves, and you're working the locals, and
Oh well, somebody, this young couple that took us out to the floating gardens, had a police dog,
yeah, oh yeah.
right? Why did I think of that?
I think I remember that. 'Cause I think that was part of the jewel thief story. I think.
It could, yeah, I probably.
I think
would-
the dog got sick or something like that. I think
well, he was poisoned.
yeah, he was poisoned by the jewel thieves.
Well, maybe so. Yeah.
I think so. Because
I
they were.
don't remember what I wrote anymore.
I can go get it. I can probably find it. I think you said. I think you said that. You said in the story that they came and they took jewels or whatever, and they stole a ring from you or something like that. And so then the couple that took you out to the floating gardens was working with you, trying to help you get him back. So they came back and they poisoned their dog as like a punishment, for working with you. And you said and you said in the story too, there was a maidservant,
Yeah.
sort of a maid at the place, and she thought that you thought she was responsible for maybe lifting some things for the jewel thieves or something like that. So you were blaming her, and it was getting dramatic.
That reminds me, what'd you do with the family jewels before we left our house?
What family jewels? Oh,
Put them in the safe, I guess.
put in the family safe.
Good. Yeah, I hate it when you gotta write stories about how the family jewels had to be sniffed out by a dog that got poisoned later. I hate that.
Okay, now we got. I can listen to some other stories from other people that
We're boring.
they're boring, are they?
You got
We
those kind
are.
of stories.